Hey, what's up? This is Seth Green, and you are listening to Somewhere in Vegas with Mark, and I am so hot, I would desperately like a glass of water. Please, please, give me some water.
This is Cindy Preston, and I'm with Mark on Somewhere in Vegas.
Hi, this is Melissa Peterman from CMT's The Singing Bee and the television show Reba. And I have to tell you, I just have to get it off my chest, I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi there. This is Faith Roscoe from General Hospital. You're listening to Mark on Somewhere in Vegas. And you better watch out. We know how to find you if you're not listening.
Hi, this is Shannon Egan from Whippet, and I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hey, this is Lee Allen Baker with Somewhere in Vegas, talking with Mark with a Q.
This is Courtney Cronin. You're listening to Somewhere in Vegas with your host, Mark, and I would make sure to listen every week because he's a sure bet.
Hey, this is the Money Man, Eddie Money. I got 2 tickets to Paradise, and you know what? It's Somewhere in Vegas. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hi, this is Crystal Gale, and I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi, this is Terry Nunn from Berlin, and you're listening to Mark Somewhere in Vegas.
Hi, this is Miracle Laurie from Joss Whedon's Dollhouse. There are 3 flowers in a vase, and I'm listening to Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi, this is Erin Hill, and you are listening to Mark on Blog Talk Radio and Somewhere in Vegas. Mark is a great guy.
Hi, this is Sean Pulaski. I'm still trying to figure out Mark Pico's sexuality, but I know you're listening to Somewhere Live in Vegas.
Here you go, Mark. I'm sorry. I thought you were she. I'm sorry. Get out of the tent. Let's get out of here.
Hey, this is Lance and Anna from Free Radio. And Anna?
And you're listening to Somewhere in Vegas.
Yes.
My favorite.
You know, that's usually what happens with me. I go to Vegas and I get lost, and so I end up somewhere in Vegas.
Somewhere in Vegas.
But I just don't know where it is.
Not quite sure.
Yeah, word.
Get ready. It's going to be hot. It's in Vegas. Check out Mark. Be there or be square.
My guest at this time is a very talented singer-songwriter. She actually went viral for a while on TikTok, but her TikTok's very wildly still popular. I mean, it's just absolutely great to be able to see a young artist like this have so much fanfare coming in as well. And obviously, it just goes to show the power of TikTok, as it were. As well, we have Piper Shaw with us right now. How you doing, Piper?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I mean, it's kind of interesting because, you know, I think the past year we've been pretty much sequestered. We've been stuck in our rooms, but social media has obviously kept us amused. I mean, tell me a little bit about how it's been for you. I mean, obviously TikTok's a huge platform for you. I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
I work with children, teenagers specifically, and they were like, you got to get on TikTok. It's the new way to promote your music and all that. So I got on, didn't really expect much because there are a lot of artists and people trying to promote their thing. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to get on. And then I went to Five Below. I saw this board game. I was like, I gotta record this, but I had no idea that it was going to blow up like it did.
Really, I mean, to have something like that, you know, some people will have a moment like that, you know, obviously, you know, you'll get your haters, you'll get your fans though, that come on now that as well. Yeah. How did you come out on the other end the way that you have in terms of really using that to kind of propel your career?
Well, when everything first started and the comments started rolling in, there was a lot of, oh, she's against women empowerment and a lot of like comments that are totally against who I am. I was raised by a single mother, so I'm all about empowering women. I've always been taught to use the hate to drive you forward. I was reading on the board game, found out that it was originally created by a woman. It was stolen by a man, and then he got all the profits off of it. I did more research on the woman, found out that she was a feminist and that she actually made the board game to teach people about the dangers of monopoly and all the rich having the power. And I really liked her story. So I decided that it would be a good idea to write a song about her.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, just the way that things are going the past couple of decades, we've been seeing a revolution in terms of where women are in society. I mean, having grown up in that, you know, in this case where you're seeing a lot of strong women make their way up into parts of power. I mean, Kamala Harris is right now our vice president of the United States. you know, and we're seeing a lot more female CEOs that are really kind of making a difference. I mean, what does that mean to you? And especially, I mean, obviously this song is really kind of pertinent to what's going on right now.
Right. For me, I mean, things have changed a lot now, but as a young girl, I don't think we really saw that. You know, I was born in 94. Growing up, there wasn't really this big women empowerment movement, but now we're seeing it, the Me Too movement and all these things where women are constantly rising up. And I think that's something that's amazing, especially for young women growing up today, for them to see, so that they can know that they can accomplish these big dreams and these big goals. And now they know I can be the vice president of the United States, which I think is totally awesome.
Growing up with a single mom, I mean, what is that, you know, to have a strong woman like that behind you and to be able to support you, you know, what does that mean to you? And what does your mom mean to you?
My mom means the absolute world to me. Growing up with a single mom it's kind of crazy, because everything that you see or that you hear a man is supposed to do, she did, or she had us do. We were out there learning how to change tires and cutting grass. If anything got broken in the house, we were fixing toilets and doing these things by ourselves. So really, when I started growing up and guys are like, oh, I can do this for you, I was like, I can do it for myself. So growing up with a single mom really helped me to realize that I can, you know, it's great to have a man there, but you also can do a lot of things on your own as a woman. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that you work with teenagers. What do you do with the teenagers? Right now, I work at a group home for foster kids and kids that are on adoptive subsidy. So really, my job is to take them from the path that they're on now. Most of them have been in abusive situations, or they're really on their last straw. You know, the court has said, hey, you're going to jail if you don't go through this program. So they come to us and we try to lead them in the right direction so that they can have a brighter future. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, to have that kind of program, to be able to do that, and you to be a part of that as well. I mean, obviously it's a little inspiring for you. Oh yeah, it's hard work because they will fight us back, but I think it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I really hope that, you know, a lot more kids have the opportunity to feel that they can do anything. They can really, you know, contribute to society and to be happy with where they are in that. So I'm hoping that there's, you know, obviously some success stories that you've seen through the program. Oh, definitely. There are kids that come from, I mean, horrible backgrounds. I can't really, you know, tell their stories or whatnot. But there's this girl I just met, and she's so excited to start our program. And she has dreams of becoming a singer like me too. So I'm excited to, you know, get to share the craft with her. And I think that's going to be an amazing experience for both of us. Let's talk a little bit about the singing. I mean, how young were you when you started performing? Oh, I have no idea. Very young. I come from a very musical family. All of my uncles play instruments. All of my aunts and my mother sing. So growing up, we would have like band sessions and stuff like that. So, I mean, and I grew up in the church singing. So since I could talk, I was singing. About how many instruments do you know how to play? I actually don't know how to play instruments. That's one weird thing about my family. Only the men play instruments and the women sing. I've been trying to learn guitar. I have my guitar back there, but I do a lot. And so I just graduated with my master's in social work, and I dance, I sing, I act. So I haven't been able to hone an instrument yet, but I'm hoping to get that done soon. So is that your first guitar in your background? Is that first one you ever owned? Yes, it is actually. This is a guitar my uncle bought me. He passed away, so I keep it. I don't play it because it's just special to me, but I keep it up there. Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, have you had the opportunity to go into a physical studio? I mean, obviously with the Strong Women coming out soon, you know, have you had the opportunity to kind of step in the studio and get that experience under your belt? Oh, yes. I have a song and a music video. It's called You Can't Have My Soul. It's on YouTube and Spotify and all that. That was my first experience stepping into a recording studio in Nashville. It was actually for my 25th birthday, December 12th of 2019, I believe, when I turned 25. And I recorded with Beard Music Group out of Nashville. I mean, awesome. How was it for you? I mean, being in a studio the first time, was it a huge learning curve for you? Oh, it was. I mean, I've been writing songs and singing since I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5. And to be 25 and finally be able to fund this project and be able to go in the studio and sing and see all the different, from production to the band. And I mean, it was just surreal. And still, I'm amazed when I hear my song, when I play it on YouTube or somebody asks to hear it, because I'm used to just singing. I don't know how to play an instrument. So when you hear the music and the vocals and all this stuff come together, it's really awing.
Yeah, quite obviously you go in with the lyrics in mind, what you write, and then you have to talk to musicians, obviously, to help you write the music. What's that process like for you to be able to, have those lyrics down and then suddenly have the music behind you and know that's the right music for the lyrics that you've written?
For working with Beard, they have a very special program. So you don't really go in there and tell them what you want with the music. They have a good ear. They've worked with Lady Antebellum and Randy Travis. They've worked with lots of people. So you go in, you sing your song for them, and they just start playing, and you're like, oh my gosh, like it sounds so good just that instantly.
Well, I mean, that's amazing to be able to have that opportunity to be able to do that as well. I mean, how was it for you? I mean, was this your first, was that recording session the first time you've ever been to Nashville?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's very different than what you would expect, because you go in there and you sing and then you think, okay, like that was bad. I could have done better. And they're like, okay, we're going to do it several times. And they cut the music, in different spaces, and you get to pick what sounds best for you and what you think your audience is going to like, and really kind of hone the sound that you're going for that particular song.
Well, I mean, just in general, just being in Nashville outside the studio, I mean, did you get a chance to explore and take a look at some of the nightlife that's there?
Oh, yes. Actually, we're going back tomorrow. Wow. I have a show at 404 Barring, I believe it is, at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And we love Nashville. I had been going since I was younger, and that's really where I got the whole, I want to be a pop country singer from the nightlife. And we love going to, what's the name? It's some famous singer. He has a restaurant there. I forgot the name of it though, but we love going there, and they have live music and stuff like that. So we'll probably do a little bit of that while we're there.
Well, I mean, that's great to hear. I mean, it's great to hear that they're starting to open up at least a little bit down in Nashville. They've been through a lot this past year. Right before COVID hit, a tornado had gone through it. So they've been, and then of course what happened on Christmas during Christmas Day. Things are hopefully recovering quickly for Nashville. I hear nothing but great things from a lot of the artists that I've had on here that that absolutely love Nashville, and the way that everything is. I mean, they have a lot of live music venues there, and a lot of inspiring artists as well. So it's always great to be able to hear that maybe some of the bars will be opening up and at least getting some music going on the street and all that as well. And I know it'll be a little bit different because I'm pretty sure there won't be as many people on the street as there usually is, but at least they're opening up.
Yeah, I think that Nashville has a very beautiful spirit, and the people there are so nice, and everybody knows. Everybody kind of knows each other in the singer-songwriter realm, and we really just support each other as artists. So I think it's going to be great.
Now, I mean, talk a little bit about, the feedback that you've been getting on your music via TikTok, via some of these social media platforms. I'm pretty sure the fans have really enjoyed your music, and, to be able to have that interaction with the fans, what does that mean to you?
Honestly, I think the without fans, you're basically nothing. The fans will make you who you are. So I really try to I even do FaceTime with some of my fans via Instagram, and really just I want them to know that like I'm just a person. As you become an artist and you continue to get more fans, you can kind of get big headed, and I never want that. So I try to reply to as many comments as I can. And I try to talk with them one-on-one, especially those who want to be singer-songwriters, because I remember being where they were, and I know that I have dreams to go wherever they're going as well. So, I think fans are the number one thing that you should focus on as an artist, because they really make you as an artist.
What was it like the first time that you went out on stage and performed?
it was very scary for me. I'm very, I love singing. Once I get out on the stage, it's like a different person, but I'm very like awkward and shy. So I first stepped out there, I was like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. And my manager was standing to the side and he's like, come on, like, you got to get something going here. So I just started talking. And I mean, once I started talking, communicating with the audience,